Hello everyone, welcome back. So today I was thinking to talk about something that you have been signaling me in messages and some comments, certain things that I've already actually brought to you forward even a few years back, but now you're starting to exhibit, live, experience this kind of how should I say, situations as I had in the past. And this is in regards to certain spiritual practices, things that they don't make sense anymore. And you feel frustrated because you thought, oh, well, if I'm doing this, then this should work and it should make me more spiritual, or I don't know, bring progress and move me forward. And I explained in a video called What's Spiritual, that spiritual is an aid word, is an aid in itself to make one aware when there's less energy, that whatever he understands as reality and what he sees as real is bigger than that, and it's something else actually that creates what he understands as real. And well, if you want to see that video, go and have a look at the whole explanation there. But coming back to what I want to talk today about is the fact that as you complain and you not just complain, it's like you just realize that a lot of things that you have done until now, until even a few months or weeks, all of a sudden these things don't work anymore. Whatever practices you might do, if you do yoga, if you do meditation, if you do, I don't know, whatever you are doing, and all sorts of exercises and techniques and things like that, play with crystals, I don't know, have your own shrine. I'm doing all sorts of, yes, spiritual practices and things like that, and you see that somehow they don't work as they used to. And why is that? Well, one of the reasons is that these things used to work when there was lower energy here. So this was an aid from, they were a higher level for a certain level of reality that was even a few years ago. They don't work because the level has increased and there's other challenges that need to be dealt with. And those things are the things that I always emphasize. And I know for most people, this is the hardest, the thing that nobody actually wants to take care of or do the things that really need to be done, which is, as I said, doing the work of cleaning oneself, creating space, be mindful, and always basically monitor what's going on inside here and in here. So this is the hardest work that one can do now. And that's the most avoided because it's very easy to get lost into certain practices that are very seducing. And sometimes they also become like distraction from what you actually need to do. And also they can become something that is like they can mean also like you run away from yourself. It's a tool to run away from yourself because it felt so nice before and it gave you this like zen feeling if you're doing, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes of meditation, and now you see that even if I do this, I still have this problem. My life still looks the same. I don't understand why I have even more challenges now. Why all of a sudden these things show up in my life and destroys the equilibrium, the balance in my life. Why is this change happening right now when I don't need it? Because I prayed for something else and I used law of attraction and I asked for other things and I've done all these things and nothing really works the same. And actually brings me to the fact that I wrote a while back a blog post on my website that actually explains this as well. And now we are asked, because we're in a time where in order to move forward, to access a higher plane of reality, higher frequency, we need to deal with what's inside ourselves. and that's the hardest task. It's tedious, it takes time, it takes patience, it takes dedication, and most people, even on this path, most people still find this, how should I say, they still live at the level of aspiration. Even if they do certain techniques, even they do some certain exercise, it's all in like the neat, nice, whatever things, and let's not touch the ugly and the bad and whatever. And you see, that's the thing. When you understand that everything is spiritual, you start to work on actually understanding why certain things are the way they are, and start to process them for real and get rid of them, so you'll have space inside yourself. As I said, processing the mental, emotional, physical, sexual garbage, which is one of the biggest one right there, out there. And most people are trapped in certain life patterns that don't allow them to move forward. It's like, I'm praying for, I don't know, there's nothing wrong, by the way, as I said, because we are meant to have everything that we need and we want in order for us to grow, to experience, to be who we're meant to be. However, in a process of transformation, things don't work the same. Certain things might be taken away, so you have enough space to have a certain realization. But you won't have that, or you won't see what you must see, because you will see the pain of not having that, or not being in the position that you want and doing the things you want with the people you want. And yes, it is, and it's going to be painful. I emphasize this a lot. The transformation, transcendence is not easy. And the faster you understand this, the better and the more efficient you will be in moving forward, in actually moving forward. So when you see that the things that you thought that I should do, that it's good for me, it helps me to grow spiritually, evolve, all of a sudden they don't work and they feel like empty and they even actually block you, then stop doing those things. Discard them, because they helped you to reach this point. And then you say thank you, bye-bye, goodbye, ciao. So, and leave space to go within, because that's what it is now. Going within is the most important. And look inside yourself. Do the work. That's the most important thing. I cannot stress this enough. It's like right now, even if I'm telling you, for you, for some of you, that you heard me many times saying this, so she repeats herself, yes, I have to, because right now when I'm talking to most people that are seeing now this video, or in a year or 5 or 10, most of the people still are at the level of like being like a trance, or like being drunk. So how do you try to give a message to somebody who's like this, or drunk? So I have to repeat this to make sure that that message not just goes in one ear and the next moment is out the other. So it's it's a very challenging time, especially when you need to, or you're trying to wake up somebody, because there's been so much talk about awakening. Just as I said, these are not just some funny, it's like ooh, airy fairy experiences. This is when you really become conscious and you see all the garbage that it is around you and inside you, and then you start to clean and make space and then transform, and then stay in those uncomfortable moments, and then look what they're trying to show you and what you need to actually get for your journey further, for what you must become, for where you need to go, where your codes are directing you. But as I said, you won't be able to do those things if you stay stuck in certain, dogmas and certain things. That's why I don't really talk about a lot of old, so to speak, spiritual teachings, because a lot of them, yes, there are universal truths that will apply always, but there's a lot of things, which means like different practices and things that they they don't work now anymore. They worked in a certain time, at a certain level of energy, solving certain problems. There's new ways of actually doing these things. But as I said, the most direct but also abrupt is this going within and working to create the space inside of you to just clear the garbage. Because then you'll start to have access to more of your light, and more of your light will start to express itself. So therefore you will have new understandings, new structures forming inside your mind. So you will start to really be transformed. You will not be what you are right now. So that's very important. Yeah, I hope this was interesting. See you next time. Ciao. I was able to access the future in that space at home, and it was overwhelming because